Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and this is my 7th episode of my DLC delving series. And on this episode, I'm going to be covering the map Sanctuary. Now, Sanctuary is a map that is fairly large in size. It's one of the larger ones in Modern Warfare 3 as well. The location of this map is somewhere in Greece. In a monastery somewhere in the Alps, apparently. So it's a very cool exotic location for a map, and it's actually one of my favorites because of the verticality of the map. Not only can you fall to your death on the cliff sides and on the hidden path to the left of where I'm running now, but there are a lot of cool spots on this map, and it caters to many different playstyles. In fact, it probably caters more to close quarters combat than any other large map. However, it caters to every playstyle regardless, because there are some really long sightlines, especially near the bridge and especially near the monastery area, which is actually where the church is. And there's a couple spots in the cemetery as well. Now, this map has some really cool things to it too, and it has some Easter eggs in the cemetery area. Depending on if you go prone by certain grave sites, you'll hear voices, and it's somewhat creepy, but it's a really cool, not a well-known fact, but it is a really cool Easter egg that you can find on this map too. They have 3 of them in total, so that's something cool worth checking out too if you haven't checked that out yet. But as far as the places to run around, there are just many choices that you have. In fact, I always told my friends that this map is like something straight out of Skyrim. It's just the aesthetics, they look just like something from Skyrim, and there's just a lot of cool locations. So one of the coolest locations on this map is the church area, and that caters a lot to close quarters weapons. This whole area right here works very well for shotguns and submachine guns as well. Now, I'm running around with the Spaz 12 on this entire match, and of course I'm using my MP9 as my secondary. But this map works very, very well for shotguns, especially high damage shotguns. Shotguns that kill, that have a high one-hit kill potential, do very well on this map. And here's the reason why. Since there are a lot of tight corners where people could run past, you want something that will deal the most damage immediately. Like the Spaz 12 with damage on it, the USAS 12 with damage on it works well, the KSG with damage works very well. Basically, any shotgun like that, also the 1887 with damage, works very well because you have a very narrow window between you and when that enemy is coming around the corner. And the reason why shotguns like the Striker, even with damage, and the AA-12 even with damage, the downside to those shotguns is that sometimes people can run right through the first shot and knife you. Especially if they're not running straight towards you. If they're just coming around a corner and quick knife you, panic knife you I should say, then that is a potential problem. And that's why shotguns like the Spaz, the USAS, the KSG, and the 1887 do well, because they basically push the enemy back. A panic knife will not save them when they're coming around a corner. So that's why I recommend those types of shotguns for this map. If you're using a submachine gun, also keep in mind that submachine guns with a very fast time to kill, like the PP90M1, the PM9, submachine guns like that work really well, because you can always fire from the hip if you're caught off guard, and it's perfect because you'll just knock them down. There's nowhere else for your bullets to go other than right on target. So that makes it a lot of fun. Now, if you want to snipe on this map, your best bet is to hold down the bridge section. And the bridge is a vast area of sniping perches. There's one on the on top of me over here where the stairs are, and then there's a cool little hidden one right here where I'm going, where you can see clear across the bridge, and even on one of the dominant spawns near the cemetery to the left, and you can snipe from there as well. The flower beds work very well for sniping when you go up the stairs over there. Also, if you want to go down to the other long hallway, you can snipe there as well. So sniping is very, very efficient on this area of the map, and it is a whole lot of fun. The sniper rifles that do the best are the ones that deal the most damage, which are the bolt action sniper rifles and the 50 cal sniper rifles, like the AS-50 and the Barrett. So those perform admirably well. Now, the AS-50 I love on this map because of the small zoom, and I know that sounds strange, but the little bit of zoom makes it easy to basically aim for the huge body mass across the bridge. And another thing I noticed, that using the AS-50 on this map works really well when you use it with marksman. If you don't use it with marksman, I wouldn't recommend using the AS-50 on this map because of the low zoom level on the scope. Unless if you're using the variable zoom scope, there's no real reason to not use marksman on that AS-50. So definitely, if you are going to use the AS-50, use the variable zoom or use marksman, and it is a hell of a good sniper rifle to use on this level. The Barrett obviously is an excellent choice. MSR is a great choice as well, and so is the L118A. That's a very good sniper rifle. The semi-automatic sniper rifles don't do as well because the follow-up shots, you know, you might not get your chance to get those follow-up shots. So, you know, if you are going to snipe, make sure that you use the high-damage sniper rifles. So, those are my recommendations for the weapons and how to navigate through the map. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. And until next time, I'm out.